Show Network.
Coming up next, it's Mr. Game Show, our very own Fred Westbrook.
That's right. He's talking about one of the hottest shows in our library. It's Hot Potato.
Don't you forget to call in and try to stump Fred.
Plus, we'll be giving away more prizes when we play Decades, all on today's Game TV.
Welcome, everybody, once again to Game TV. I'm Dave Nemeth, and next to me, the lovely Nancy Sullivan.
Hey, Dave, you escaped, huh?
I did. I got out of the closet. Was it the broom closet or the trunk?
I don't know. It's dark. It's hard to tell.
Lies. All lies. Secret mission, that's all. Just had something to do.
Secret mission.
Great show today, Mr. Fred Westbrook, our own Mr. Game Show, right here.
Right.
Yes, there we go. There he is.
Look, there he is. You know, you gotta look good when you're a guest on a show.
He's a polished guy.
He is going to fill us in on everything we need to know about the game show Hot Potato with host Bill Cullen.
Hot Potato is one of those great new shows we've got in our library. We've changed our schedule around. We got some new stuff. It was produced by Barry and Enright Productions, which premiered back in the mid-'80s.
Now, later, if you have any questions about any game show, all you have to do is call in and ask Freddie.
Fred loves to take your calls. He loves it when you try to stump him. So when you see the number appear on the screen, pick up the phone, dial the number, stump Fred.
That's right. Well, we'd like to respond to it. We got a great letter from a guy named Kurt Gussman.
Hey, Kurt.
You know what? He thinks that I step on your lines, Dave.
Well, you know, actually, he may have
a
a point.
I don't step on your lines, do I?
Once in a while, I think
mean,
sometimes.
Oh, see, Kurt, we're fine here. We're fine.
But thanks for the great letter.
Thanks, Kurt, thanks. You know, and I understand Kurt felt a little sick the other day. I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better, honey.
You know what I like about you? You're
What?
so sincere.
Thank you.
She's so sincere, Kurt. Don't you think so?
I try, Dave.
I mean, you just know that every word she says, she means it.
I do. You know, anyone else wants to write us, here's the address. We are at P.O. Box 805, Culver City, California, 90232.
It's a pleasure to stand next to you.
Thank you, Dave.
I mean, anybody who would not enjoy just being in your presence, I can't even fathom that.
Oh,
That couldn't
heck.
possibly be anything like
Dave.
that ever. Hey, you know what? If
I've
you write
missed
us,
you.
if you write us a letter, there's the thing down there. You will send you an autographed photo if you want.
That's right.
I mean, you know, you could do lots of things with that.
Hey, you know what, Dave?
Huh.
I know you love working with me, but I met somebody who really loved working with you at the Hollywood Monopoly premiere. She seemed very attached to you.
Really?
Even willing to do a little trade-off. You want to see what I'm talking about?
A trade-off.
Shall we
That
go to
sounds
the tape?
interesting. Okay.
Let's take a look. Oh, Dave, I got you now. Do you miss him?
I do. He is so nice. You already know this. He's very, very, very nice. And yes, I do miss him.
I'm sorry, Arthel, you cannot have him back. He's mine.
Dave, we need to talk. Hello?
Can I trade you a Dave or a Fred?
You can have all of these for Dave.
Oh.
Two of my favorite ladies.
Very
Arthel
nice.
Neville, of course, was
She
there.
misses you.
I miss her, too. We're good friends. We still talk a lot, and we're up on each other's lives. But she went off and did one thing, and I did off and did another thing. We both got new co-hosts.
Got to keep moving.
I got the better co-host.
He's like a
I really
shark. He keeps moving. It would be the Fred and Dave show.
did. We got
I
new
don't know
viewers.
about
Talk about moving. This place is
Let's
growing
welcome
in
them.
leaps and bounds.
There they are. They are the TCI folks from Fort Collins, Colorado. You know, we are really happy you're watching. What you want to do is call in to register and play our live interactive games like Race for the Numbers, Super Decades, and Trivia Truck.
That's right. About an hour or so before the show comes on, we put up our 800 number. That's when you guys call in to play. And all our players, we should remind you, are randomly selected from the phone calls that come in.
Let's show them how we do it.
Let's do it.
It's time to play Decades.
All right.
Here's the big prize. Our winner will receive Wallace Royal English silver-plated wine cooler, an elegant addition to any table to entertain and impress. It is from the Wallace Silversmiths.
Nice prize. Those folks
Beautiful.
make some nice silverware.
You could do some serious drinking.
Well, you could if you wanted to, but you don't have to put wine in it. You could put yoo-hoo in it if you wanted.
You could.
You could, and it would work just fine. All right, let's play the game for the Wallace Wine Cooler. And we do have two players on the line to play Decades with us. They are Michelle Sanders, she's in High Point, North Carolina, and Nancy Wiggins from Barnesville, Ohio. Hi, Michelle, how are you?
Hi, doing pretty good.
You sound excited and happy today.
Oh, I really am.
What's got you so excited?
Oh, game shows.
Really? You enjoy watching us here on Game Show Network?
Oh, yes, I do.
Have you been watching for a long time?
Oh, ever since I got the satellite put in.
So that's been, what, a couple years?
Yes.
So you think we're doing okay, do you?
I think you're doing a great job.
Is this the first time you've gotten through to play the game?
Yes, it is.
Have you tried a lot?
Oh, yes. It's pretty busy.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks out there watching us, and we're really glad they are, and we're glad you're watching. We're glad you got through. We're going to play the game in just a minute, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's talk to Michelle's competition. She's over there in Barnesville, Ohio, and it's Nancy Wiggins. Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Doing just great. And what do you do there in Barnesville?
I'm a housewife.
Housewife? Any kids running around?
Not in the house, but we have 2 grown sons and 3 grandchildren.
Okay, now you're not going to get any special favoritism just because your name is Nancy, okay?
Aw.
I do happen to love everybody named Nancy, but
Oh, that's cool.
we got to play this fair, okay?
Okay.
All right, we're going to play the game right now. Here's the rules. You can't enter an answer until you see the 3 lighted buttons on the keypad on your TV screen. All the buttons on the keypad will be locked out, except the 3 lighted possible answer buttons. Your answer won't register unless you press one of the lighted buttons. Let's start with Michelle in High Point. Are you ready, Michelle? Michelle, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, you ready to play?
Yes, I am.
Okay, 30 seconds on the clock for you. Here's your first photo. Good luck and go. During what decade did this singer ask Oprah to his ranch for an interview he hoped would clear things up? 50s, 70s, or 90s? Correct, 90s. During what decade did delegates from 50 countries meet in this city to form the United Nations? 20s, 40s, or 70s? Correct, 40s. During what decade did this man spawn the saying, "Make my day," in the film Sudden Impact? 60s, 80s, or 90s? Correct, 80s. During what decade did Bill Haley top the U.S. charts with a song called Rock Around This Thing? 40s, 50s, or 60s? Incorrect, 50s. During what decade was a MasterCard with this man's image first issued for public use? 70s, 80s, or 90s? Elvis was on a MasterCard back in the 1980s. I don't know if you can still get those or not, but that doesn't matter. Michelle, you did great. You got 3 questions correct. That's a very good score. Let's see how Nancy can do over in Barnesville, Ohio. Nancy, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, Michelle got 3 correct. That's going to be tough.
Boy, it is, but we'll do her.
All right, that's what we like to hear, some confidence. Okay, get ready. We're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for you, Nancy. Here's your first photo. Good luck, and go. During what decade did the actor playing this superhero suffer a debilitating fall from a horse? 70s, 80s, or 90s? Correct, 90s. During what decade did Charlton Heston portray this prolific artist who painted the Sistine Chapel ceiling? 60s, 70s, or 80s? Incorrect, 60s. During what decade could people find People magazine at places like this for the first time? 50s, 70s, or 90s? Incorrect, 70s. During what decade did this man sign an act prohibiting discrimination on the basis of race? 40s, 60s, or 80s? Correct, 60s. During what decade did this charismatic collie land her first TV series? 30s, 50s, or 60s? Correct, 50s. During what... Oh, we have a tie. Nancy came from behind. She got 3 questions correct. That's an excellent score for Nancy, and that means we're going to have to clear this score. I'm going to ask our tiebreaker question, which has a numbered answer. The player closest to the correct number will win the game, and the answer to this the answer to this question has 5 digits. So for Michelle and Nancy, let's put 10 seconds on the clock. For the tiebreaker, you'll both be entering your answers at the same time. Remember, enter your digits when you see enter answer now on the screen. Okay, here's the tiebreaker question. In square miles, what is the total area of the Buckeye State, Ohio? Once again, in square miles, what is the total area of the Buckeye State, Ohio? Your time starts now. Okay, the 10 seconds are up, and our players have entered their answers. Once again, the tiebreaker question, in square miles, what is the total area of the Buckeye State, Ohio? Michelle put in an answer of 15,765 square miles. Nancy decided it was more like 51,005 square miles. The actual answer, 44,828 square miles, and that means that Nancy is our winner. That's right. Nancy was closest. They both did a pretty good job of guessing. They both played a great game. Michelle, sorry about that. It was a great game. You made it very, very exciting.
Well, thank you. I enjoyed myself.
We are so glad you got through. We're going to send you a Game Show Network calling card. You can make up to 30 minutes of phone calls with that, and you can call your friends and tell them all about us. And we hope you have a wonderful day and a great weekend there in High Point, okay?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Y'all have a good day.
All right, Michelle. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nancy, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
You did it, and being named Nancy really had nothing to do with it.
Oh, okay.
You did it all on your own merit. You did a great job. You came from behind there. That was really good.
Thank you.
You had about 1 second left on the clock, and you squeezed that third answer in, and then you went on and you won the tiebreaker. You get that Wallace wine cooler, okay?
Oh, that's just great. Thank you.
Have yourself a great weekend.
Oh, you guys do, too.
Thanks, Nancy.
You.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow, Nancy. To Nancy.
Excellent teamwork, Dave. You and Nancy, you have chemistry.
It's something to do with that name, Nancy, I think
I
it is.
think so, baby. Hey, stick around. Mr. Game Show Fred Westbrook is up next.
Today's show is brought to you in part by Liquid Plumber.
Hi, I'm Lisa Jackson.
I'm Nancy Sanford. I'm Sharon Walensky, and we're waitresses!
And they're here to play Hot Potato. And here to toss the hot potato, our host, Bill Cullen.
Hello there. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, if you girls are waitresses, bring me some French fries or some hash browns, will ya?
Was that smoke that I saw?
That was potato smoke.
That's funny.
Welcome back to Game TV. Look, it's Freddie Westbrook. Hi, Mr. Game Show.
Fred, how are you?
How are ya?
Hot potato, hot show.
Yeah.
Smoking, Fred.
Really cool stuff. Now, we're going to talk about the show. We're going to talk about the man. But first, we got to say, nice vest. That's new, isn't it?
Very nice.
Brand new vest.
Beautiful color.
Now but the lucky vest. I mean,
Where'd
what's
you
going to
get that?
happen now? You got rid of the lucky vest.
Since the 2 shows ago, I put that vest away because now it's going to be winter months now.
Oh.
So I need a nice new leather vest.
That's right.
Wait a minute.
Very nice.
Who was here? Rip Taylor? I thought this was a new vest.
Where did you get that,
You know,
Fred?
when Rip shows up, it's all over the place.
Yes.
Oh,
but
honey.
It's a new vest, or at least I think it's new. I think this is the first time it's ever been worn.
It's from the Rip Taylor collection.
I'm going to have to ask
what it
Rip.
is.
It's from the House of Rip.
Yes, wait. Hey, a phone number. What?
You don't know where that vest has been if Rip was wearing that.
He's a classic, though.
He's a good guy.
He is a good
And you're
guy.
a good guy. And Bill Cullen.
He's a good guy.
He's a great guy.
Hosted more game shows than anybody. And he did
That's
host
right.
Hot Potato.
Now,
correct?
wait. I thought my friend the Winker hosted more, but I'm wrong,
the Winker.
aren't I?
Winker hosted 19 shows. He'll probably host a lot more. But Bill Cullen right now holds the record for hosting 21 game shows. And this show, Hot Potato and Celebrity Hot Potato, was his 20th show.
So
Got
the
to
Winker's
distinguish
just,
between the two.
the Winker's
Yeah.
tailing, just barely tailing.
He's right behind Bill. And Wink probably will get a few more shows.
He'll
Being
work-
that Bill is not with us anymore, yeah,
Right.
that's probably he'll
and the
probably
Winker is
overtake
going to
that.
work till he's 112,
That's
probably.
Yes.
True. Now, when did Hot Potato hit the airwaves?
Hot Potato came on in 1984.
Okay.
It only lasted, didn't last too long
One of
now.
those obscure ones.
Went from June to January of
84.
1984, yes. And there was a good show, but not a great show. So it didn't last too long.
But
No.
did have a great host.
Yes,
Yes.
it did. And how did he go from Goodson Todman to, what are they called?
Well,
Barry and Enright.
That's right.
Excuse me. I'm just not as familiar with that name.
that's okay. Bill did most of his shows for Goodson and Todman, then Bob Stewart. But he got a call from the great and late Dan Enright. And Dan said, Bill, do you want to host the show? Because we're going to do it on NBC, and we need a great MC like yourself. Bill was out of work at the time, said, sure, I'd love to do it. And that's how he hooked up with Dan Enright.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great story because when I was working at NBC, I would sneak around. I was doing a game show at NBC, and I would go next door and peek and see Bill and see the master at work doing Hot Potato.
Well, it sounds like was it like the Hatfields and the McCoys? You know, you had Barry and Enright and Goodson and
Yes.
Todman. Were they like feuding all the time?
Barry Enright, Merv Griffin.
Was it
that time?
fierce competition, or were they
Oh,
all
sure.
friends?
They were all pals, but it's, oddly enough, a lot of the guys really they never met each other. For example, to this day, well, he passed on, but Mark Goodson never met Merrill Heater of Heater Quigley Productions.
Huh.
The first
Good old Heater Quigley.
The first time Dan Enright ever met Mark Goodson was about 7 years ago, so it's odd. Even though they all worked
They
across
know
the
of
hall,
each
they
other.
never met each other.
Right, and they probably just as soon keep it that way because
Yes.
they wouldn't want to like the competition or anything like that.
Right.
I don't know, but if they got together, imagine what could happen.
That's a good point.
Oh,
put-
look at the
put-
brain power
Be a
there.
Exactly.
massive game show history made.
Now, they had a great voice for Hot Potato. They had our good friend
Oh.
Charlie O.
Charlie O, who's now the voice of Wheel of Fortune, did Hot Potato, and he did the announcing in a fun way, because it was Hot Potato.
Did he actually do that?
I think he did.
Did he really?
Yes.
I'll be darned.
Because, now, this was snazzy for 1984 TV now. When you had Hot Potato up there, smoke came out like in Times Square. You know, when Dick Clark does his Times Square thing for the coffee, smoke came out of Hot Potato.
It was like a
and,
Michael Jackson video.
and they thought that was breaking stuff back in 84. I guess it was.
Now, Hot Potato did not stay in its original format when it came out. They
No.
actually made a change, a fairly significant one. What was it and why?
That's
did they do
right.
that?
In April of 1984, it became Celebrity Hot Potato
Ah.
because the ratings were going down and they needed something to boost it up, so they added celebrities.
Did it work?
No, it didn't work. I think it lasted a few more months, but there were some good stars on the show. Artie Johnson, Elaine Joyce, but one in particular, Vanessa Williams.
Ah.
Her only game show appearance.
Really?
She was at that time Miss America.
Okay.
And she did Celebrity Hot Potato. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, and she's off like a meteor right now.
Now she's a big star.
Yeah, big singing star.
Making films and movies. And,
Absolutely.
and
Now,
singing.
why do you think Hot Potato, why do you think it didn't catch on like some of the other games? With such a charismatic host and everything.
Well, again, Bill was an excellent host, and I thought it was a good game.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 teams of 3 players, and they all had something in common, and they had to figure out what a response to a question was, and if they got 7 out of 10 responses, they won. I thought it was a cute game, but obviously America didn't think.
Maybe
Not
just
as much
timing.
fun to watch. Yeah.
Right.
Now, one thing that did come out of it was some great publicity shots of Bill Cullen. Really funny stuff.
yeah.
Great stuff.
He was on the cover of TV Guide with
Look
the
at
show.
that one.
Right? I mean, what a riot. That's a great
He's
shot.
a good sport.
Bill was always a great sport. As you can see from that picture, what that was, because Bill told me this, it was Bill around a bunch of potatoes, and here Bill is next to, I think, a potato from Land of the Giants.
Oh, that's
And there's Bill throwing some potatoes, but
I think
he
he's
really
trying to
was,
put one in his ear is what
Right.
he's doing there.
You know, I'm thinking probably the people in Idaho love this show, though, right?
You would
I think it was #1 in Idaho.
See?
That's very funny.
That's a
They
funny
needed
line.
to roll that out there. Thank you, Fred.
Yes.
Ba-dum-bum.
But Bill always loved to pose for goofy and fun pictures.
Uh-huh.
A lot of MCs won't do that.
No. They take themselves seriously.
But Bill did.
Yeah.
This was his last network game show, right?
Yes, this was his last network game show. After this, he did The Joker's Wild when Jack Barry passed on.
Right.
And it's interesting to note, the day that Hot Potato came out on NBC, Bill made the cover of TV Guide that week.
Interesting.
Isn't that wild?
That's very interesting.
Timing.
Well, listen. Timing is everything. Is that what you were going to say?
Yes.
Sorry, I stepped on your line. See, Kurt, hey,
forgive
stick
you.
around, guys, because you guys at home are going to have a chance to stump Mr. Game Show. Stay tuned.
And now, gentlemen, would you introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Steve Yeager, and I'm a catcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Baseball.
I'm Kurt Thomas, and I'm a very short gymnast.
I'm Will Chamberlain, and I'm a volleyball player.
And well, yay! You're seeking 7 of the 8 most frequently named professionally funny females. Now remember, not necessarily your opinion of who might be the funniest, but those named in the research group. Now, Steve, we begin with you. As you know, you can answer or you can challenge.
I would like to answer and
All
say
right.
Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett, right. That's up there, certainly. And that was...
Hey, welcome back
Welcome back. Oh, sorry, Dave.
Dave TV, everybody. We are here with Fred Westbrook. We're talking hot potato, and that's our subject of the day, and we are talking about celebrities who seem to be having a pretty good time there.
Really good
Vanessa
time.
Williams, whoever thought 10 years later, big star.
Yeah.
I know. And
Yeah.
that Wilt Chamberlain, I knew he was tall, but that's
And
ridiculous.
funny. Boy, is he a clever guy.
Is he now?
Very funny.
What do you know?
Yeah, sincere, too.
What do you know? Thank
Yeah.
you.
Hey, why
You know
don't we...
what? I think we need to take a look
Let's do
at
that.
more taters, shall we?
Here we go.
I think Vanessa this time.
Okay, Vanessa, it's your turn. You now, to stay in the game, have to come up with one of the 7 funniest women in our poll.
The only one I can think of is Irma Bombeck.
Irma Bombeck is right. Congratulations. Kurt, yes, sir. There you go. Wilt and Kurt make a marvelous team.
Told you he was a funny guy.
He is a funny guy. They
A
give a ride
riot, a
betches.
laugh at parties, let me tell you.
Does it come over a lot?
Let's go to the phones. Let's talk to Clay. Clay's out there. How are you, Clay?
Fine. How you doing, Fred?
Hi, you, Clay.
How are you two doing?
We're doing great.
Very
Sounds
good.
like you mean business. I can hear it in your voice.
Oh, yes. This
Okay.
is my 3rd time on here, and I'm going to get you again, Fred.
Okay. Uh-oh, wow.
Okay.
Hey, before you begin, do you like the vest?
Huh?
Do you like the vest?
Oh, it looks wonderful.
All right, thanks, Clay.
Okay. You have pinpointed that Johnny Olson has announced the most game shows, right? Or from what I have counted.
I believe so.
Who's
Now,
Oh,
now
go
since...
ahead.
Pardon me?
Go ahead.
No,
What were you going to say?
I'm sorry, go on.
Okay. Who's second in line?
Second in line, I believe, is probably Johnny Gilbert or Gene Wood. Now, are you counting series or when they were like substitute announcers? Because all these guys did lots of substituting, announcing.
Okay. From what I got, according to your book, you know, the lovely book that you always advertise.
Ah, yes.
I've counted. He was actually a minor person, John Harlan.
Well, I think John Harlan did a lot of, might have done some substituting announcing.
Yeah.
You mean series now?
I'm talking everything.
Oh, everything.
We're splitting hairs here, aren't
Stop
we?
it, you two. Now, just stop it right now.
You know what? Great question. Clay, it's either probably Gene Wood, John Harlan, and maybe even Bob Hilton up there.
Freddie, you're going to have to bring back the right answer next week,
Yes,
okay?
you know what? I will, because a lot of these guys did substituting announcing, which in some cases, the three authors, including myself, put that in the book. In some cases, we didn't, so it's a tough question.
Clay, that was excellent. You really got him going. Let's see what Darlene has to say. Hi, Darlene.
Hi.
You're on. Oh, it's Darlene.
Darlene,
You're on with Freddie. Go for it.
Hi, Darlene.
Hi.
In San Antonio.
Yeah, I love your show.
Oh, thanks. Hey, do you like the vest?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Best friend. What's your question, Darlene?
Okay, I want to know how many different people hosted the dating game.
Oh,
good
wow.
question.
Great question. Started off with Jim Lang. See if I can do this in order now. Jim Lang, then Elaine Joyce, Jeff McGregor, the guy that did it last year, and now Mr. Brad Sherwood, and Uncle Chuck Woolery. I think that's 5.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you, Darlene. Excellent. Hey, you know what, folks? We're going to be right back with more Game TV. Stick around.
You got them all. I think you got them all.
Welcome back to Game TV. We got time for one more caller. She is Lori. Hi, Lori.
Hi.
Hi, you're on with Fred. Go for it.
Hi, Lori.
Hi. Bob Barker is celebrating, I noticed right now, 26 years on Price is Right, but I know for a fact from watching your show that it's been on a lot longer than that. Who else hosted that show?
Ooh, good question. Started out with Bill Cullen, who we talked about today, Tom Kennedy, Dennis James, a soap opera star, and now
Doug Davidson.
Doug Davidson, that's right.
Doug Davidson.
But there were a few guys, but the main guy was Bill Cullen first, and now Uncle Bob.
Want 3 good reasons to watch Game Show Network? Okay, you got your bells, you got your buzzers, and you got your whistles. Well, it's a symphony of F-U-N fun. Woohoo! All play,